Okay, so welcome back to episode 2. I had to rewatch the episode to remember where I was. So all three of them are just back together, showing off what they found. None of them questioning where it came from, because they're in the middle of a forest. So all of them were just doing what they usually do. Deku go hunting. Miruko and Ryuko are going fishing and gathering wood. Just getting the necessary items to live. Hunting a bear down. Just a normal day. I'm just trying to be happy here. Okay, and when they were Miruko was looking around because he thought he heard something, but then this cute little bunny came. A cute little bunny. And sorry, I'm doing work right now. And when it was there, it was just adorable that Miruko had to pick it up, had to get it. And okay, so the bunny looked like this. It is adorable, and how can you say no to it? If you can't say no to it, then you are a monster if you can. So Miruko picked it up and brought it back to their house and showed it off to Arukusu and Zuku. I'm just gonna be saying that now, it's easier. And they just fed it and helped it because it had some wounds, and the bunny was not that old, and its mother nowhere to be found. They think that its mother died, and so did the rest of the litter, because a rabbit can have multiple children at once, and that is why you should never breed rabbits if you don't have the proper equipment. So they were just there, just helping, doing shit, whatever fuck can do. And I just woke up. So they were just there. Let's just do another time skip, because I know that people don't start college until they're probably around the age of... Actually, my brother's 17 and he's not in college. Jesus Christ, how old are you when you get to college? Okay, let's just say they time skip to them being the age of 15. Yeah, that's easier instead of saying numbers. And they were just there minding... Deku was minding his own business up in a tree for some reason. And he spotted a group of people. And guess who that was? Yep, ding ding ding, class 1A and 1B in the forest. He was questioning what people are doing this far in the forest when he overheard them saying, "Mr. Ozawa, I'm terrible at voices, sorry." He said, "Okay, class, so we are gonna be camping here. It's a nice open space, and we need to get ready. Class 1B, go do whatever shit you guys do. Set up a tent and then hide away." So Deku went over and accidentally they are using the cute little bunny because it's still cute, and he sent a note on it to Ryukusu and Mirukusu. soon. And it said that people were in the forest, stay at home, and camouflage the house, even though it's just a cave. They actually, the two little boys are not little anymore, and they can turn into cats. That's their quirk. They're cat quirk. I love that as a quirk, cat quirk. And they can turn into a cat. The white-haired one can turn into a white panther. But yeah, let's just say a white panther. Even though panthers, I don't think are white or can be white. And the yellow-haired one can just turn into a cat, a normal cat. So when they were in the forest, one second. The one class 1A and class 1B separated into groups and mingled with each other, not literally, just like the groups were between each other. Like some groups had class 1B in it and some had class 1A in it and all that. And they were just there, sitting, doing nothing. I think I'm gonna go to a different screen. Okay, so yeah, so they were just there, and let's say, I forget people's name. Bakugo, Zero, Mineto's not here, that little pervert. Mina and Jiro were in a group. Actually, instead of Jiro, let's put Monoma. That would spice things up. Can kill off that guy probably. And they all went into the direction of their house. The direction of the three people live. Three boys live. Sounds like I'm doing God accent. Three boys. And when they were there, they were just gathering wood and stuff like that. While Monoma was often off being like, I'm too pretty Class 1A, just blobbering about how Class 1A is terrible and all that stuff. All picking up wood. I thought I was talking about somebody else in the Class 1A. And so, when they were there, picking up wood, let's say they met, Arikusu? I don't remember the names. I think that's the white-haired one. I just mix up names. I'm terrible at names. The White Panther, let's just say that. And he was scaring them off, and Bakugo set off a loud noise. Let's say Bakugo is calmer, not over steam, and thinks rationally. And he set off the noise, and then Ina said, "Why did you do that?" And then Bakugo was like, "It scared it. I'm thinking properly, not running. Noises scare animals." And Kusu ran off to Deku and was scared. And then Deku, he was calming Kusu down, So he the group went back to Izawa and told him what they found. Izawa was curious. Sorry about that. My mother came in and annoyed me half to death. Let me see where I was. Oh yes, I was there. So Izawa was curious, and he went back to where they said that the White Panther was, and Bakuro was like, it's probably half like back to wherever it lives. I scared it half to death probably. Yeah, he's not fully a thinking. He is still cocky, cockish, whatever that would be. And then Deku comes out of the blue. Deku, Dream, whatever. Dream comes out of the blue. If anybody knows what that means. Behind, comes from a tree, just hanging from a tree, saying, "Hello, what are you doing in my house? I don't think you were supposed to be here." Best voice I could do, probably. Azawa put the string around, but Deku had Marukusa in his jacket, in his like pocket where his hands are, and the cat just scratched the things, because it's not really that hard to break, to just cut like string and stuff like that. All you need is like just carry on scissors and you can be Azaba. Just be strong, be flexible, and have scissors, and you can beat Azawa. I still don't know how he moves the string without him touching it, the leather scarf. So he's like, "What did you do?" It's like, it's not that hard to cut string, you know that, cut a scarf. You should really make it better and durable. So, Zara was just talking like, okay, so kid, what are you doing in this forest? Like, the question is, what are you doing in my forest? You scared off one of my animals. You scared off one of my brothers. It's like, your brother? There's no other person we scared off. Huh. I'm just gonna do this in stuck because I want to. Let me just think. Quirks. Shape-shifting. Does that ring a bell? Not like we can shape-shift into any animal. It's not like we're all human. Not like we can't shape-shift. Yeah, my brother was a white tiger, can shapeshift into a white tiger. Now where the fuck is my brother? I saw you scare him off. He's just doing that to make it seem like he lost his brother. No? Now which one of you scared off my fucking brother? Fucking brother. So it's like, which quirk could have scared? How about you with the explosion quirk? Does that sound like it rings a bell? So, Zawa and Dream were just talking when the rest of the class were just looking around, trying to figure out what to do, because they have no idea what to do now. The rest of the class came, and the teacher of 1B did. Yeah, I woke up a few minutes ago. And when they came, they were surprised. Arukusu came as well in his white tiger form. And Dream said, "Oh, brother, you're here now." They all turn around and saw this fucking massive white tiger. Huge thing. Did I say panther before? Let's just say white tiger, that's easier. There's a white tiger, because I know there's such a thing as a white tiger. And Zawa was like disabled the quirk. And Arikusu changed back to his normal form. And this is not the correct picture. Nope, not correct way. And they sorry. Arikusu, and then Morikusu came out of Deku's pocket and jumped onto Arikusu. Sounds like I'm naming out the same person. And they were there just with Dream, and were like, "Okay, now, can you get out of my forest?" So I was like, "Sorry, kid, but I have to take you back." And then Deku's like, "Okay, so I've been living in this forest for half of my fucking life. You don't know a fucking thing about this forest, do you?" It's like, "I know it's dangerous. I know I've been living here since I was fucking 4, and these two have been living here more than me. Now get the fuck out of my forest, and don't try to come back." Unless you want me to fucking kill you, because you're stepping on my property. I say living here since you were 4, until like now, is technically now my fucking property, because I'm not letting people destroy a perfectly good forest like humans are today. So they just left because they know they couldn't get this guy to budge. They tried budging the other two to come, but they're like, "We've been living here since we were born. Now get the fuck out of our forest." They didn't say fuck because they don't really know what that means. Because Dream was like, "Okay, you guys can never say that word." What? You can never say that word ever again. So they just moved. They just went back to the campsite and all that, and then they went back. They're like, "We need to get this kid out of the forest." One bee teacher was actually being rational and being like, "I think this kid is perfectly fine living here. He seems to be fine. He seems to be able to live. He looks perfectly healthy, normal, and all of that." So when they got back to 1A, when the procession, when the view were looking at Zawa's and the teacher's perspective, seeing what they're doing. I'm not good at words. And when they got there, Zawa told Principal Nezu what he found and who he found. He told him, "Nezu, I found 3 kids in the forest." And Principal Nezu was like, "Why didn't you bring them back? Like, where are they?" Like, "They're not budging out of the forest. They say they're not moving. They say they're living there." It's like, Nezu's like, "Okay. How old are they?" They look to be around the age of all kids, 15, 16 probably. And Nezu's like, "Okay, and do you know how long they've been living there?" We know this one kid, he looks to be the, like, what they call the big brother of the group. and he was living there since he was 4, I think, and the other 2, I think, since birth. Like, but it was Nezu's like, okay, and I see no problem with them living in the forest. You say they look perfectly fine. They're healthy. You say they've been living there. They're still alive. I say they're perfectly fine. Nezu, they're kids. Nezu's actually being rational for once. In a motive. And Nezu was like, oh, fine, we can see what we can do. Nezu and Endeavor, the rotten garbage fiery bitch guy, yeah, that one. Zawa and forgot what the rabbit girl is. Rabbit hero girl is. I'll look that up in a little bit. Actually, I'll look that up now. Okay, and Miruko came as well. So when they got there, they saw the boys, the 2 boys, Ryukusu, and Marikusu were there, and Dream was nowhere to be found. So they started. Azawa came up to them and said, "Oh, hey," and they turned around and said, "Big Brother said that if you came back, you're dead. You came back. You're supposed to be dead now." It's like, no, I'm not supposed to be dead. Big Brother said you're supposed to be dead. Why aren't you dead? Oh, probably because you're nowhere to be found, guys. Did you take Big Brother? No, I did not take your Big Brother. Oh, okay. Then he should be here in a couple of minutes then. Probably smelled you guys and ran. What was that noise that I just made? So, they were just waiting and talking with the little boys. Well, not little, but the boys, the little kid, whatever. Trying to persuade them, why don't you guys just come with us? We have a safer place. Is it fun? Yeah. Are there rules? Yeah, how do you stay alive? No. Why? It's safer. Safer? How many people die in that city? A day? I don't know. Over 200 probably. Not from old age. More than old age. How many villains do you capture a day? Around 20? How many villains do you think are in that city? Tons. Probably more than 3,000. How much is your population? Over 2 billion? I don't know. Probably over 1,000 in that city. Approximately 300 probably 300 of 400 people in that city are probably a villain. And 100 and 400 are probably actually good. Now tell me, which place is safer? A forest where there's nobody that can kill you except yourself and animals, which you can protect from yourself and not get arrested for protecting yourself. Or a city that you could probably die in a day from being. Can you live somewhere without paying? You have to pay. Do you have to pay in the forest to live? No, you do not. Now, I see a forest is better to live than a city. So if you want to get your asses out of our place before our Big Brother comes and murders you guys, or you guys can leave freely and leave the little mouse, cute, adorable little mouse thing here. Mouse bear thing here. Nezu? Oh yeah, that guy. We can't leave our principal here. Oh, he's a principal? Good. Okay, now leave the guy here or you guys are gonna be dead. But not the principal. Not Deku, don't kill the guy. Don't kill the principal person, the mouse. Cute, adorable little mouse. Deku came out of the blue. Why am I so tired? I usually am not this tired. I know it's doing videos so people get more tired. Why is that? He comes out of the blue, and then it says, so you guys didn't listen to my warning. Now let's see. What do I do with you guys? Let's just say they knocked out the 3 because they weren't budging. I need to move this part around and I don't know how. So they knock them out and bring them back. Put a quirk canceling on them, even though Deku doesn't have a quirk. I'm just gonna tell how strong Deku is. Deku can punch down a tree with a finger. With he can punch down a tree and it won't hurt him. He can run almost as fast as a cheetah, but he has a lot of stamina as well. His IQ is around, let's say, almost around Nezu's IQ, second smartest that people can know of. Third smartest in the whole entire universe, because Einstein is going to be the smartest in the world forever. Actually, no, Einstein is now the second smartest, so Deku's the third, and Principal Nezu is the first smartest. Yeah, in the world that people can on the records, but Deku's not on the records yet. Excuse me. So when they brought them back, they left them in a room and were in there. The bunny girl, Miria, I think that was her name. No, I'm not looking it up again. The bunny girl, I think the code name is Rabbit, so Rabbit, let's just say that. In the room with them, and once they woke up, Deku tried to untie him, but just like how Bakugo had his hand to that thing, canceling out his explosions, that's the same for Deku, except he can't move. His whole arms are just tied down next to his legs, and his legs are tied. It's like, this is not a good way to treat guests, you know that. It's like, we know that you will run away. This is not hero-like of you guys. Rabbit will just untie them. Like, I know, I just can't. They told me to tie you up. I don't see the point in tying you guys up. If you guys don't want to come, then you don't have to come. So they stay there with her, and I'm going off my head. I'm just thinking off my head here, guys. I don't know what to say. So they were just talking, and the rabbit persuaded them to come. They persuaded them to come to the class, and they were in class 1A. Let's say Mineta got kicked out, because that pervert bastard should be kicked out. Yeah, so there's about 22 people in the class. No, not 22. Since Deku had a spot and he was not supposed to be there. There were 21 people in that class. They had to bring in an extra chair. Which Deku just sat in the teacher's desk because they had no extra chair for Deku. Because they only had 20 spots and those 21 kids. So when they were there, they just were waiting, and then the kids came in, and then the people that didn't meet Deku, let's say some didn't, and they're like questioning who he is all secretly. And when Azara came in, they asked, and Azara was like, "Oh, they're just the new people." They're all excited for the new. You know I'm not yawning as much in the morning. Why the fuck am I yawning so much? So, when after class, when everybody comes in, Deku goes sit up in the front, and teacher just talks and free class and all that boring stuff. After class, all three of them have a dorm together, because Deku told them that they don't want to have a dorm separate, so they all sleep in the same room together, and all that. And let's just say I can't think of anything else to do for them tomorrow. Anything of another point. So, goodbye, everybody.